2016, the Republic of Korea established the Korea Program for International Cooperation in Agriculture Technology, KOPIA. The project seeks to provide technologies for the protection of food and agricultural production.
For the last 50 years, Korea has experienced dramatic and unprecedented transformation in the agriculture sector. In particular, the agricultural development has been driven by a revolutionary technological advancement, which set the once war-torn nation free from chronic famine and food shortage. To efficiently share the experience and knowledge with the neighbor countries, the Rural Development Administration of the Republic of Korea launched the Korea Program on International Agriculture in 2009. As of today, RDA has established 23 COPIA centers operating in partner countries in Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Africa to deal with local and regional issues in agriculture and rural development, such as food security, resource depletion, and climate change. RDA researchers have been dispatched to these centers in order to successfully implement the COPIA programs. COPIA has carried out various kinds of agricultural technology cooperative projects with its partner institutions to meet the needs of each country under the slogan, "We love to share what we have experienced." COPIA was established in Zimbabwe in December 2016 through a government-to-government bilateral agreement, which was signed by the Republic of Korea, represented by the Rural Development Administration, RDA, and the Scientific and Industrial Research and Development Center, represented the government of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, the land of Canaan, where the grace of God, which flows milk and honey. Zimbabwe's agricultural structure is very similar to that of Korea. In other words, there are many small farmers, and we are concentrated on small farmers' income increasing in Zimbabwe. Korea is half the size of Zimbabwe. There are also very poor natural resources. However, Korea has made a miraculous change and is now the world's 10th largest economy. But Zimbabwe has a large territory and rich in resources. I want to convey the spirit that Zimbabwe can live well if it works hard.
With Zimbabwe being an agro-based economy and the need to foster agricultural cooperation, the COPIA Center took base at the Scientific and Industrial Research and Development Center in Harare. What impact has this had on Zimbabwe's agricultural sector?
There have been quite a few, and I'll just mention the key ones. One was an extension work where we went into Wedza, establishing maize and agricultural extension work, where we taught almost 600 villagers to grow drought-tolerant maize, which was developed by us. By us, I mean SIRDC. And I can tell you, those people, 10 years later, they are food secure. Another good project through COPIA, I can mention quite a few there as well. We've got the aeroponic project. This is where we develop disease-free potatoes through a technique called aeroponics, which we adopted from Korea. These tubers that come out of that process lead to potatoes that are disease-free. And that project is going very well. It's supported by, continue to be supported by Koreans, and our people will benefit immensely from getting disease-free potato seed. It starts with tissue culture, where we get the male stem cells from a potato plant. These tissues are then grown in an agar, which has got nutrients. They start growing, and once they are plantlets, we harden them and put them in an aeroponic setup where they are hanging in air. Then we feed them with nutrients that are waterborne. So at the interval, we splash these roots with water, that has got some nutrients. And the little potatoes, we call them tubers, are developed. And occasionally we harvest those little potatoes. Then we bulk them under normal conditions in the field. We now are sitting at 5 cultivars of maize seed that is drought tolerant. For example, we benchmarked our drought tolerant maize against all the varieties you see in Zimbabwe, and ours survived the most drastic water shortage. For example, places like Buhera, Chiredzi, Matibiland, when nobody was harvesting, we were harvesting. So we have our flagship that is in the market now called Cedar Maize 113. This emanates from our relationship again with Korea, and secondly, the drought, the conditions that we're experiencing in the country caused by the climate change.
Coffee Zimbabwe Century programs are focused on enhancing sustainable agricultural practices, income generation for rural smallholder farmers, thereby improving their livelihoods, reducing rural to urban migration through capacitating farmers, protecting the environment and the natural resource conservation and utilization, development of new food and energy resources to cope with climate change.
It has unbelievable impact where we've gone to villages and gave them road runners, little chicks, and taught them how to take care of them and feed them. And I tell you, some of those villagers are now making money by selling the products of that activity. It is helping in terms of financial gains and also good nutrition for their families. And that project, we want to expand it. We want Zimbabwe to be able to emulate this process.